What is up, everyone? Happy Saturday, November 19th of 2022. We are back here with another family education and support group. Jess, thank you for that. Let me just put that comment up. Happy Thanksgiving, early Thanksgiving to you and your loved ones. And yeah, I won't be here next week due to basketball conflict, but I will be here the following week after that. Thank you for being here as always, and I look forward to providing some type of support to you and whoever's watching. Jim, good morning, my man. My hope is that today's conversation can create some type of, energy, if you will, related to the world of gratitude and acknowledgement and the power that both of those have on not just overall well-being and health, but also recovery. And for everyone else trickling in, thank you for coming in advance. If you're new watching this for the first time, my name is Param. I am the weekly host of this show. Each and every single week, we come right here on Saturdays around 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and we talk about various things related to addictions, recovery, communication, boundaries, self-care, mental health, and a little bit of everything in between. So it is my honor and privilege to do it each week. Right before I start again, it's been a few weeks since I've kind of highlighted what we've been talking about here for a few months. That's not related to recovery, but it is related to human beings. And so today is November 19th, and we are close to 60 days, give or take, into what started off as some type of a protest in the country of Iran related to the death of a 22-year-old girl named Mahsa. But gosh, what's happened there in the past 60 days is it's hard to fathom, because if you look up the news right now and just put Iran revolution, Iran protest, you'll start to see things like 9-year-old kids and children are getting killed in the protests. And it's not just isolated in one city, my friends. Iran is a country of 80 million people, and it's in every city. This is happening in this moment that we're talking. People are dying, and it's not like grown men and women and armed forces or people that are out there. It's like regular civilians and children and stuff. So, one of the goals of the regime over there is for people to stop talking about this and stop talking about what is happening over there. And that's exactly the time that people like me and whoever's out there can start amplifying the voice of what's happening over there. And thank you, Kathleen, for the prayers that way. When you get reports that 9-year-old kids are getting killed because they're out in the streets protesting with their families, that's, where do you draw the line? So anyways, that's not why you're here, but I would have felt tone deaf to not talk about it because a lot of my friends and family are significantly impacted because of what's happening. And they're doing a really good job with doing what they can from where they can to kind of amplify those voices, like I said. And this platform, as small as it is, it's still a platform, and it reaches a few people. So love and appreciate all of you. So let's get into today's talk. Today, so we have this holiday coming up, and it's known as Thanksgiving. Okay. Now, I'm not here to talk about the origin of the holiday. I'm not here to talk about the history of the holiday, because, that can go down a path that there's no need for it, because I believe regardless of what the holiday, is or where it came from, the essence of it and the message of it is the reason why it's so many people's favorite holiday. And here's the reason why. I'm telling you, I know we like the food on the table, and I know we like the sides on the table and all that kind of stuff. But the reason why people love it so much, it's because it's a time of the year that we stop and we pause and we become mindful of the gratitude we have in our lives and the grateful moments and opportunities that are blessed upon us and the people that we have around us. And we start acknowledging and sharing about it. And that's why it feels different. We eat food 365 days a year. Don't think the food on that one day is what's making a difference. It's the act of gratitude and acknowledgement that does it. And Jim is an old timer when it comes to the program, and he knows grateful people are happy people, and those who aren't. Gratitude does a lot of stuff. And this talk that I have is I want to really highlight and capture what I call the transformative power of gratitude and acknowledgement. the transformative power. And what does transformative power means? It means it could take your mindset from where it is and it can actually lift it and it could transform it to a higher level of thinking, one that your emotions are more managed, all through the process of acknowledgement and gratitude. It's something that I believe. I mean, every week I come here, what do you hear me say? I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for the chance to be able to connect with you and speak with you. Those aren't just words. It's actually like words with emotions that create a certain sensation with me. When I talk to the basketball kids I coach, I tell them, I'm grateful to be in this locker room with you. I'm grateful to be in this part with you guys. It's really, really, yeah, I know there's cats everywhere. There's dogs everywhere. I see the comments. Cats in the back, dogs over here on the side. There he is, Benny. Good morning, Julian. And I have a couple videos that I want to share with you. One of them is about 8 minutes long, and one of them is 6 minutes, 5 minutes long. So it's not going to take up, the majority of the time, but it will take up some time. But let me give a preface of why I'm showing these videos. Okay. So I've been showing these videos since 2011. So you got to remember, like 11 years of my life, I've been showing these things. And even my first workshop or seminar I ever did, I know my mom's watching this. My family came and like I did this. And so I still believe in this stuff. I'm going to do this with the kids I coach. I did it with our program participants this morning, and I'm doing it with you. So the video comes from YouTube, and it's this science of happiness. It's like this company that creates this thing. And they wanted to see the power of gratitude on happiness. So how do they do that? Well, just like any other research, there's a pre-test. So they ask you a bunch of questions and you write them all down, and they measure your level of happiness. And yes, you can measure the level of happiness. If a therapist like me can sit down and measure your depression, then by all means, we should be able to measure happiness too. It's just a different contrasting emotion. So they measure the happiness. And then they do this exercise. And what the exercise is, and you're going to watch the video, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to pick someone that's been influential in your life. Doesn't matter if they're past, present, current, you write a letter to that person about and acknowledging them for who they are and why you kind of decided to choose them out of the 8 billion people in this world. And then the next stage is they actually say, you know what, pick up the phone and call that person. And, there's a little bit of anxiety that comes with that. And people pick up the phone and they call that person, and they go through the exercises, which you're going to see. But what happens at the end, they're going to share some statistics about how acknowledging someone and expressing your gratitude actually can elevate your mood, and it can make you tangibly happier. And how they find that out? Well, they did a post test. In a post test, they found out by answering a bunch of questions if the person felt any different. And then the beauty of this whole thing is we'll get there in a second. And there's a secondary video that I got to show you guys. So I'm going to share my video. I practiced this beforehand, so I'm not screwing it up. And let's make sure I got this right. So let's go to the Chrome tab. It's this one right here. Okay, my friends, I'm going to shut up now. Watch this video and I'll come right back.
Shut up.
What? Wait.
Oh, it's going to be so earnest.
What makes you happy? Having fun?
If someone on the side can just tell me like a thumbs up or if it's working or not, I'm looking at the comments. Just someone say, hey, Parham, the screen share is working, and I'll be okay. That way I won't show a 8-minute video if it's not working right. This is what high-level anxiety looks like, my friends. Yeah, if someone on the side listening can just say, hey, Parham, the screen share is working, I can shut up and play the video. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
With friends, delicious food, making money. Well, consider this. Psychologists have scientifically proven that one of the greatest contributing factors to overall happiness in your life is how much gratitude you show. Yeah? Think about that. Go ahead and marinate on it for a second. You can thank me later if you want. It'll make you feel better according to this study. You can go ahead and click on it and read it if you want. Or you can keep watching because we read it. We thought it might be fun to test out for ourselves. We gathered a selection of volunteers to act as our subjects. First, we gave them a test.
Oh, it has sound feedback? Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can mute yourself. Okay. I'm going to mute myself, and then we'll see if it works.
They didn't know what we were looking for, but it
I
gave
muted
us a
myself.
pretty good
Can you guys
idea
hear the
of their
screen now,
current
though?
level of happiness. We asked them to close their eyes and think of somebody who was really influential in their life, somebody who did something really amazing or important for them. We had them write down as much as they could about why this person was so important.
Okay.
Now, a lot of them thought at this point the experiment was over, until we really put them on the spot and tried to get them to call that person and read what they wrote about them. Thank you, Jessica. We're gonna have you call your mother. So who is that right person for you?
Person is my sister, Erica.
We're gonna give Erica a call.
Okay.
Who'd you end up picking?
Friend of mine, Craig Ains.
Her name is Dora.
My college accounting instructor.
Really?
Mhm.
Is this somebody you're still in touch with today?
No, I'm assuming that he's passed on
That's a
to the
shame.
great beyond.
You up for it?
Yes.
What would you say if we called up Dora?
Oh, well, we can try, but she lives in Britain.
In Britain?
Oh, no, number by heart, dude. This is awful.
That's fine. I don't know my mom's number by heart.
If it's true that those who are going on are looking down on us, maybe he read my shit and scratch.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
You got a second? Where you at, in the hotel?
I am. I'm in the hotel. You scared me when you asked if I had a second
No.
if something's wrong.
No, I'm on like this little TV show, and they told me to talk about the person that influenced me the most, and I picked you, and they're making me call. They're making me call you.
Oh, wonderful.
Hi, you've reached Craig. I'm not here right now.
At the tone, please record your message.
Oh, come on.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
Erica. It's me.
All right, so I got to read you this paragraph. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead,
All right.
sweetheart.
All right. The person that influenced me the most would be my mother, Marlo Dawson. She is a single mother of 2. She is a very hard worker and dedicated to her family.
Hey, Craig, this is Loie. This is going to be a funny little voicemail, so I hope you enjoy it.
I'm so sorry for calling you at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I have to read this to you, okay? And you can't say anything, or I don't know. You can respond, but I probably will just keep going. Okay?
Is everything okay?
Yes, but I have to read this out loud to you.
The person who has had the biggest impact on my life outside of Jesus Christ, who is responsible for my existence, was my college accounting instructor. He had a joy and enthusiasm for his job like no other teacher I have ever known.
I love her to death, and she keeps me going with positive talk. She is a woman that knows what she wants and won't give up until it is achieved.
Oh, something. I don't know what. I'm about to cry because that's so beautiful. I have to say that it's wonderful.
I first met Craig on an independent feature film set in Whitefish, Montana. I recently have been sending Craig a lot of positive thoughts as he suffered a series of health problems. Despite his medical problems, he's continued to work and take pleasure in the small things in life, like sitting quietly with his wife Janine on the porch.
Erica is my older sister and my best friend. Sometimes it even feels like we are twins. She's my #1 fan and my #1 supporter. She makes me happy because despite all my mistakes and my decisions, she still loves me no matter what.
Your friendship is everything. And you are one of the most important person in my life.
Even when she has a kid and many children, I will love her more than her kids. Okay, maybe not. I will never forget when she flew 3,000 miles at the drop of a phone call to save me from a breakup.
And being blessed by having a son like you. I love you.
Bye.
Why did you do that to me?
I don't know because they made me do it.
Thank you for picking up. Bye, sweetie.
And then they're like, here, you're gonna write this letter. And then I wrote like this whole long ass letter, which, you know, I like don't write. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, guess what? Now we're gonna call her and you're gonna read her this letter. And I was like, what the
Before we let them go, we gave our subjects one more happiness test. Now, we mixed up and rephrased the questions so they didn't know they were taking the same test twice. For those who took the time to actually write something down but couldn't make the phone call for whatever reason, we saw happiness increase between 2 and 4%. It's good, but not exactly mind-blowing. Now, for those who actually picked up the phone and personally expressed their gratitude, we saw increases between 4 and 19%. So either way, expressing your gratitude will make you a happier person. But you want to know something really interesting? The person who experienced the biggest jump in happiness was the least happy person who walked in the door. What does that mean? That means if you're having a particularly tough
Okay, let me unmute myself. Okay, so can you guys hear me now again? I think I should be okay with this. Sorry for all the support I need with wondering if my technical difficulties are working or not. And I will go, okay, cool. So what we just watched there's a follow-up video that we're gonna watch. That one's it's a little bit shorter, but just to capture what was happening there, the last part was what I really want you to pay attention to. So for those people who wrote out who the most influential person in their life is, there's someone that means something to them, right? For that individual, when they wrote it out and they got on the phone and read it to them, they had an increase of anywhere between 4 and 19%. Just call it 20%. 20% improvement with mood. Now, in the recovery world, people use drugs. They use alcohol. They use food. They use behavior. They use gambling. They use sex. They use whatever the heck they use in order to just feel a little bit better. Just feel a little bit better. And this exercise just demonstrated that by expressing your gratitude, you can significantly improve your mood. Now, I share this to people and, someone, okay, that's cool. That's cute. It's like, it's a production. But the same company also offered something to everyone. And they said, you know what? We want you, the viewers, to do this exercise, and we want you to film it while you do it. And, so the same way I suggest this and recommend this to the viewers right now, I don't know if you're going to do it or not because, I don't know how inspired you are, but the secondary video will inspire you. I showed this to our program participants this morning. Imagine at 8:30 in the morning, some crazy guy in his living room starts showing you videos and talking about gratitude. And these are like guys, girls, young adults. They're like, oh my God, I don't want to talk about gratitude right now. I mean, really, that's where their mindset is. They'd rather be sleeping. At the end of it, 6, 7, 8 of them, they just said, you know what? I'm gonna freaking do this because this next video is very powerful. So I'm gonna share the screen again. I'm gonna mute myself. Someone just, while it's going, I won't ask. Just give me a thumbs up if it's working right, okay? Oh man, the little things in life. I need an assistant to help with technical difficulties. So this is the second and last video.
After our first experiment on gratitude, we asked you guys for video responses. And you guys delivered. So take a look at what we did with it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I literally just watched the piece you did on happiness.
Yeah, hello. Hey, Grandpa.
Hey,
Caleb, how you doing, buddy?
I was crying while I was watching it.
So today in class, I had my students write a letter of the person that they were influenced by the most, and they were supposed to read it to that person. And I did the same thing, so I'm going to read you the letter, okay?
Well, I wanted to read you something, okay? All right, appreciate it.
Are you ready?
I'm not going to cry.
Mom, I would like you to know that out of almost everyone I know, you have and continue to be the person who has influenced me the most. One of my first memories is resting my head on your belly and wanting to know why it was so big and yet so hard. I remember you saying, your baby brother is in there. I also remember thinking, she must love us a lot to let us stretch out her belly like that.
My grandpa is one of the most influential people in my life.
Mom, your name is Evelyn Gillum, who is destined to be with me, Jasmine Gillum, 22 years and some months ago. You weren't expecting this message today, but I wanted you to know that I appreciate all you have done for me.
I was calling to let you know how influential you have been in my life and how grateful I am to be so lucky to call you my grandpa.
Had it not been for you reading to me every night, I doubt I would have loved to read so much.
I may be lost at this age, but I'm so glad I have you as my mother to be my guide here on earth.
He has always supported me in what I do, and he loves me unconditionally.
You have touched my soul in ways you couldn't imagine. I'm not crying. I am. Okay.
Had it not been for dancing around the living room to jock jams, I doubt I ever would have been able to have fun looking like an idiot.
I know how much you've been through the past couple of years with Susie Q and Grandma. But you have been the rock that held the family together and the ray of light through the clouds.
And is a father figure to me and my two brothers. I thank God that he has blessed me with such an amazing grandpa.
But most importantly, had it not been for your tearful plea a year and a half ago, I know I would have never seen the dire need for me to seek healing. Without you, I would have continued on, thinking I was perfectly healthy, while my disease continued to wrap its fingers around my life.
Who has inspired me to do what is right and to never lose one's integrity.
You are a rock. You are a true picture of grace, mercy, and love.
You're such a stand-up pops and one of the most inspiring human beings I have ever met. I love you to the moon and back, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life.
I love you and I commend you for being the woman you are, the person you continue to grow into each day.
Oh, that's so beautiful, baby.
Over and out.
Oh my gosh, that is the best tribute that anyone can ever give anyone. And you just made my day, and you made my 91 years worth the living.
Hello?
I'm here.
Oh.
So thank you, Grandpa, for being my grandpa and loving me. I love you.
Oh my goodness. What a wonderful thing you said there.
Thank you.
Well, I got tears in my eyes, buddy.
I do too.
I love you.
Me too.
Oh, that's great.
I gotta.
Buddy, thanks for calling me, and I really love you. I love you, like you say, unconditionally, and I hope you love me the same way.
I do, Grandpa.
Where did that come from?
I was watching this video on Soul Pancake, and these people wrote a letter about who's influenced them the most. And I was like, my mom is that person. And they said, make a video and upload it. And so that's what I'm doing.
That's so sweet.
Oh, well, thanks again, guys, for your submission.
Okay, let me unmute myself. I think I figured this out. So, making you cry in front of your clients. I'm sorry. So Ashley's a licensed marriage and family therapist. And hey, you know what? We model to clients what being connected to emotions is, Ashley. So thank you for modeling to the clients. That was the first time listening to it on mute, but I'll tell you guys this, that there was one moment in that conversation that I think was the most profound moment of that conversation. So the girl is writing to what she calls her pops. I don't know if it's the grandfather or her father. She's writing, kind of who that person was and how they supported them and held them and loved them their whole life. And it probably took her, 5 minutes to write a letter? How long would it take you to write a letter? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? And so she read a letter of things that were true about someone she calls pops in her life. And she read that letter to him, right? And the guy listened to it. And he said something that is so profound. And what he said was, oh, sweetheart, oh, darling, whatever it was, you just made my 91 years here on earth worth living. You made my 91 years here on earth worth living. How did she do that? The power of acknowledgement and the power of gratitude, right? So as you can tell, the reason why the timing of this talk is as it is because we are coming up on the holiday season, right? Like I said, I don't care what the background or the history of these holidays are. I care about the fact that we're getting together with human beings that we love and care for, and we have opportunities. We have opportunities for acknowledgement. We have opportunities for gratitude. I swear to God, I'm not lying. I've done this in front of a crowd of like 30 people to my mom, dad, and brother. I wrote letters. I stood up. I had them stand up, and I read it to them in front of a bunch of people. My mom is here watching this. I think she'll be able to attest to that. So I'm not telling you to do something I haven't done myself. Okay. And my hope is that one of you watching this, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it later, decides to follow through with what you just saw right now. So here is the homework assignment. Then I want to hear from you if there's anyone that you have an idea of doing this with. So the homework assignment is this. You close your eyes and think of one person or a few people who've been influential in your life. Okay, influential in your life. Who was that person? Why did you choose them? What have they done for you? What have they taught you? What have they shown you? What do they mean to you? Write it all out. And don't write about them. Write it to them, right? Write directly to that person. And once you're all done, and see, I'm not lying. There's Faye. She keeps her identity hidden because she's so popular. No, I'm just kidding. She said, yes, I remember that. It was so powerful and touched all of us. And yeah, I did. Mom, dad, and brother. I read them a separate letter for each of them. I didn't combine them either. So you write that letter, and then if they're alive, so sometimes they might not be alive. And if they're not alive, I would recommend going to, if you're in California, maybe go to the beach, go somewhere beautiful, go to nature, go to some place that you have memories with them. Could be like a baseball field or a soccer field. And go read the letter out loud, man. Read it out to the skies and the stars. Why not? But call that person up if they're alive and read them the letter. Because remember, one thing is it's going to make them exponentially happy, right? I did this for my parents 6 years ago, and my mom, trust me, it was probably 10 years ago. She remembers this really vividly well. And remember, the other person is going to become exponentially happy. Remember, that old man said, it made my 91 years on earth worth living. But what do I always do these family education support groups for? It's for you. It's for the person watching. It's for your own self-care. It's for your own recovery. By acknowledging someone for what is so about them and acknowledging your gratitude for them, you will be the one that will benefit from the increased happiness, anywhere between 4 and 20% happier. Remember, the ones that had the most profound happiness were the ones that were the least happy going into the prior exercise. So life always gives us options. I'm giving you an option that is appropriate to the time of year, that has no negative side effects. The only upside is positivity for yourself and others. You can choose to do that today, or you can say, oh, that was a cute movie Parham showed us. It made me emotional, and that was cute. That was nice. And you go on to your day. Which option you choose is none of my business, and I genuinely don't care. My hope is that you pick that one because it will just exponentially add some value to your life. But hey, I can't. I wish I could tell people to do things that they do. Unfortunately, life don't work that way. But on the side chat, if anybody here has thought of some, oh, by the way, this is the most important part. We all lose people. Okay, that's just a part of life. Now, I told the program participants this, that let's say you identified a few people. Are you going to do this letter and write out to them? Well, some of them are like, I don't know. I'm just a little shy. I'm a little anxious. I just don't sure if I want to do it. I have too much guilt. I'll do it later. Okay. If not now, when? Like when you say later, what are we talking about here? Because there's people watching this, and some of them even come on here. I know someone that lost their son. I know someone that lost their mother last week was here. One of our fellow group members was sharing. If not now, when? Like if you got someone in your life right now that's alive and living, this is the time to hit him up. It's not like some random time in the future, because what if that time never comes? Yeah, thank you. Holy shit, we said that exactly at the same time, Jim. Later may never come. We literally said that at the exact same time. What if that time never comes, right? Then you're left with what? The worst thing of all time, which people like me and Jim and Ashley and what other clinicians have to deal with, is that guilt and shame of the coulda, woulda, shoulda. I had the chance, but I didn't do it. I could have done it, but I didn't do it. Gosh, just do it. How about that? So if there's on the side chat, I know there's like a few of you watching this right now. If you have someone you're going to plan on doing this with, like who is it? You don't have to tell us what's going to be in the letter. Just be like, I'm going to do this for my spouse or my grandma or my son or my sibling or my best friend or my sponsor, whatever it is. Write down just who it would be. And I'm not going to ask you any questions about it, I promise. I just want to know if you got inspired to do it. And if so, who's that person? And then maybe, next week I can hold you accountable. 2 weeks from now, I can hold you accountable to it. Hey, did you do it? Did you not do it? Just create a little bit of a kind of accountability in this group, if you will. So that's really all I have for today. It's I kind of wanted to leave it nice and powerful like that. That video is awesome. If you want to find it, it's called Soul Pancake Exercise on Gratitude. It's on YouTube. It's been there for many years. I used to show it in DUI schools. Look at this. I did this last year. Thank you, Eileen. I did this last year with my daughter. Beautiful for both of us. Thank you for taking it. I'm telling you, I teach this all the time. So Eileen, that means you're back. Jess, you're newer to this. You weren't here last year. I haven't decided who, maybe multiple, but I will be doing it. There's nothing wrong with doing this for multiple people. Okay, there's nothing wrong. It doesn't have to be a special person. I pick one to make at least one, but that's cool that, Jess is about to do this and Eileen did it last year. And it's just nice to see this kind of continues on. And I hope you teach this to other people. Jim, you're welcome, buddy. I hope you guys teach this or show this to other people because, why not? Why not? Let's get in that gift of acknowledgement and gratitude. I love and appreciate all of you. From myself and Benny, over and out. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Be good. Have a good Thanksgiving. Love and appreciate all of you. Grateful for you. Bye, everyone. My mom said something really cool here. Sorry, not bye, everyone. I'm still here. I'm going to write a letter to all of the young, brave girls and boys that are losing their life for freedom in my hometown. I'm very emotional right now in tear. Okay. Well, lucky for you, Mom, you got a clinician son that can call you right after this and help you through that tear. But second of all, thank you for writing that letter. And I stand with you. I stand with those brave women and men in Iran and kids, children, for God's sakes, in Iran. And it's just, we're going through it, but we're going to get through it. Love and appreciate you specifically, Mom, and everyone else. Okay, everyone, have a good one. Bye.